is Cricket from the Coat Hangers, and you're listening to Drop the Mic.
I tried to avoid more bloodshed. You wouldn't accept that, so I did what was necessary. But I've always loved you like a son, and now I'm telling you, leave before it's too late.
Think. I've been protecting him now. But when you're gone, they're not gonna need him anymore. This ends with Connor dead, no matter what.
That may be. But you are asking me to give you the key to his room so you can walk in, put a gun to his head and pull the trigger, and I can't do that.
He murdered Annie and Peter.
There are only murderers in this room. Michael, open your eyes. This is the life we chose, the life we lead. And there is only one guarantee. None of us will see heaven.
Michael could.
Then do everything that you can to see that that happens. Leave. I'm begging you. It's the only way.
Welcome back to our humble San Diego podcast. I am the Swan, and you are now listening to Drop the Mic. This is episode 233, Fathers, Sons, and Tommy Guns. Please welcome my guest for this episode, Chris Pawlak and CJ Stevenson.
What's up, Internet? What's going on, man? What's going on? What's up, CJ? What's up, Chris? This is the first time that we've ever talked on mic, right? No, actually, we sat in on, what was that shitty Cloverfield movie that had nothing to do with Cloverfield until like the last 10 seconds of the movie? 10 Cloverfield Lane?
No, the next one. The one for Netflix.
Cloverfield Paradox? Yeah. I dropped by on my day off when you guys were recording just to sit in on it with you. Oh, so we have met. Oh, wow. I mean, dude, that was, 3-4 years ago now? Over 3 years for sure. Right. Oh, wow. Okay.
All right. So this week's marks the end of August, which can only mean one thing. It's the Chris Pawlak takeover. So for those who don't know, at the end of each month, our good friend and local projectionist picks a film that is special to him. And this week we are setting our sights on the Sam Mendes noire classic, Road to Perdition. But first, we've got a couple of warm-up segments to get everybody started.
And now for a special news report. Brought to you by Drop the Mic.
Good. Chris, do you got anything for us?
R.I.P. Charlie Watts, man, the drummer for the Rolling Stones. Right, yeah. Yeah. I know that they were planning on going out on tour and said a couple weeks back that Charlie wouldn't be joining them. But apparently he was pretty ill, so he died, unfortunately.
At the age of 80, right? Am I correct on that?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, the Rolling Stones are the greatest rock and roll band, or I should say my favorite rock and roll band of the 70s.
CJ, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
And go listen to Sticky Fingers, because it rules.
Right on.
So you're saying, so they are going to be going out on tour with a different drummer?
Yes, they're still planning the tour. I mean, this was planning even before he died, but I knew that he wouldn't be joining them.
Okay.
But yes, they will still be going out on tour.
Anything else for us, Chris, or is it just that one?
That was just the one I wanted to make sure I threw that out. Also, make sure everyone votes on the 14th. And, make sure you fill out your recall ballot. It should have gotten in the mail.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very important. Don't be lazy, people.
And please vote no. Don't be an asshole.
That's another topic for another time. So I have a couple. One is, I'll just leave with this one since it's the first one that I could find. There's a a documentary on HBO Max by one of my favorite filmmakers, Spike Lee. It's about the COVID-19 pandemic at the beginning of last year, and it basically does a parallel between the panic of 9/11 and the panic of COVID. I watched the first what I think is 9 episodes. It's like a 4-hour documentary. It's really good. The documentary has came under some controversy because apparently Spike Lee put a lot of conspiracy theories about 9/11 in the documentary, and he's had to remove a lot of them from the last 2 of the 4-part installments. There's some still in the first half that he has kept in. So that's one. I don't know if this is a podcast to talk about it, but they are a form of entertainment. So I don't know if anyone has heard of the recent controversy with the OnlyFans about how they were going to drop all of their essentially explicit content, which would hurt a bunch of sex workers who deserve all the money, because we have all in some way partake in their jobs. So, but they have reinstated that they will not ban them, so that's good for them. Another thing I have is Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista are going to do a buddy cop movie. Apparently, Dave Bautista sent a text to Jason Momoa and like, why haven't we done a movie together? And Jason Momoa was like, I don't know. And so they just decided to do a movie together. Oh yeah. So I don't know if you guys saw the trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home. Is that on your list, Wes? Do you want me to say that for you?
No, please go on.
Okay. So, it's been noted that I'm not a big... I am a trepid enjoyer of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The Spider-Man movies have been, so far, some of my least favorite they've done. The trailer for their 3rd installment came out. I think it was yesterday or the day before. 3 days ago, actually, kind of. And it shows Peter Parker and Doctor Strange teaming up to try and put the genie back in the bottle, as it were, of his identity being out for people to expose. In doing so, they create a rift in the multiverse and drag in villains from other Spider-Man films. This film is directed by John Watts, our great American filmmaker, and I say that with the enthusiasm of you lying in bed with the flu for 1 week. And it looks fine. As I said, I'm not a big fan of these Spider-Man Marvel movies. I am ambivalent on how they are shoehorning in the Raimi stuff, because the Raimi Spider-Man movies are my favorite. Although it is nice to see that Willem Dafoe will be back as Green Goblin. He's my favorite comic book villain that has ever been on screen. So I'm excited about that.
I don't know, man. Spider-Man 2 is pretty rad.
I like Spider-Man. I have problems with Doc Ock. That's something I get into it. And then 2 more stories. They are doing a spin-off from the absolutely fantastic funny book film Birds of Prey and the Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. They're doing a spin-off with the character of Black Canary, who was portrayed by Journey Smollett. And the movie is going to be written by Misha Green, who was the showrunner and co-creator of Lovecraft Country. And she's also going to be the director and writer of the upcoming Tomb Raider sequel. That movie is going to be on HBO Max. And my final story is that the great actress Angela Bassett, has now been the highest paid woman of color in broadcast history with her a raise that the studio behind her show gave her. So those are my news.
Cool. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. All right, I have two quick pieces of news for you guys.
Okay.
The first one, I'm pretty sure you guys have heard about this, but Nirvana is now being slapped with a child exploitation lawsuit from Spencer Eldon, the baby, who's now 30 years old, famously featured on the cover of the band's breakthrough grunge record, Nevermind. Do you guys have any thoughts on this before I go?
I just saw their poster on Instagram, and I have to do a double take. I would need to further investigate, but I mean, I don't really like to have that kind of display on my posters for music. But it's not like people are buying CDs anymore, so I mean, it's not like it's a thing you're gonna have lying around. You know, someone comes over your house and sees that, you know what I mean? So. But yeah, it's a weird thing. I'm not sure.
Well, okay. Would you go as far as saying that it's? Would you consider it the album cover? You've seen it before, correct?
Yes, I just saw it.
Would you consider that child pornography? No, right?
No.
Yeah,
But it is weird, right? Yes, yes. So I get that that's the tack that they're doing. It's just weird that would be the image on their poster. I don't know. So I haven't listened to a lot of Nirvana, so I don't know if they are, quote-unquote, edgy that way, or if this is just a new thing for them, or what. So.
What about you, Chris? Anything?
No, and I think that guy has recreated that album cover a few times.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's like he was cool with it then, and then all of a sudden he's not cool with it. Just seems a little weird.
Okay.
Another thing that I think it's important to highlight is that the guy has the album title, like a chess piece of the album title tattooed.
Yeah.
So clearly something has happened. I don't really think it's my place to shame anyone, but at the same time, I feel like if you think you haven't been compensated properly, then go after them for that. But the fact that they're trying to push this as like child exploitation, I feel like they're just coming at everybody sideways with it, and then you have like the statute of limitations that's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's kind of a strange thing with all this, but. I was just curious on your guys' opinions on that.
Yeah.
Moving on to something a little less uncomfortable, I guess. CinemaCon debuted the first images of the upcoming Matrix Resurrections, although the footage has not been made public just yet. Also, Lily Wachowski opened up about not coming on to direct this newest project, and it was basically to rest and focus on herself before taking on yet another huge obligation. Are you guys excited for this new Matrix, or you're kind of meh about it?
I'm cautious.
Okay.
I'm cautious because Revolutions is bad.
Right.
And it's also, two of those three main characters are dead at the end of that, and the third main character apparently is not returning in this movie, so what's going on there?
So let me ask you this before so let me ask you guys both this before I give my thoughts on this. How big of a fans are you guys of the first movie?
Very, very big.
Yeah, I do. I haven't seen it in a while, but
Right.
I do enjoy it.